A baby giraffe enters the world in the most dramatic way possible. It falls nearly 2 meters. Seconds later, it struggles to stand. A few minutes later, it is walking. Within hours, it can run. A newborn horse does something similar. A baby elephant can stand almost immediately after birth. A baby goat can follow its mother across dangerous terrain on the same day it is born. But then there is a human baby. A newborn human can barely control its own head. It cannot walk. It cannot find food. It cannot escape danger. It cannot even roll over properly. For almost an entire year, a human baby depends on someone else for almost everything. So why? Why would nature create one of the smartest creatures on Earth and then make its babies so helpless? Because at first glance, it looks like evolution made a mistake. But the truth is much stranger. Human babies are not poorly designed. They are designed for something completely different. And the reason they cannot walk might actually be the reason humans became human. For most animals, the first priority after birth is simple: survive. A baby animal that cannot move is vulnerable. A predator appears. The mother runs. The baby that cannot follow becomes food. So evolution favors babies that are ready immediately. This is why many animals are born with advanced abilities. A baby deer is born into a world where hiding and running can determine whether it lives or dies. A baby horse is not learning how to walk for fun. Walking is its escape system. Its survival depends on it. But humans entered a completely different evolutionary path. Humans did not survive because we were the fastest, or strongest, or most physically prepared. A newborn human is actually one of the weakest mammals. So what changed? The answer begins millions of years ago. Our ancestors did something unusual. They started walking on 2 legs. At first, this seems like an advantage. Standing upright allowed early humans to see farther across open landscapes. It freed their hands for carrying food and tools. It changed everything. But walking on 2 legs came with a hidden cost. The human pelvis became narrower. Why? Because a pelvis built for efficient, upright walking cannot simply expand forever. And this created a problem. The human baby has one of the largest brains relative to body size among all animals. A newborn human brain is already enormous compared with other newborn mammals. But a larger brain means a larger head. A larger head means a much harder journey through the birth canal. Evolution was trapped between 2 problems: make babies with bigger brains, but make birth almost impossible, or make birth easier, but limit brain growth. Nature found a compromise. Human babies are born earlier in development, much earlier. A newborn horse can already walk because much of its brain and body development happens before birth. A human baby continues massive development after birth. In fact, many scientists describe human babies as being almost like unfinished outside the womb animals. But there is a reason. A human baby's brain is not just building muscles, it is building a flexible mind. And that flexibility is incredibly valuable. A horse is born knowing many things it needs. It needs to stand. It needs to follow. It needs to recognize danger. Its brain comes with many survival instructions already installed. A human baby arrives with fewer instructions. But that emptiness is not weakness. It is potential. Think about a computer. One computer comes with a simple operating system already installed. It starts immediately. Another computer starts almost empty, but can eventually learn thousands of different programs. The second computer takes longer to become useful, but its possibilities are much greater. Human brains are like that. A baby does not arrive knowing how to survive in one specific environment. Instead, it arrives ready to learn almost any environment. A baby born thousands of years ago could grow up learning to hunt with stone tools. A baby born today could grow up designing spacecraft. The same brain, different worlds. That flexibility is one of humanity's greatest evolutionary advantages. But there is another strange part of this story. Human babies are not only helpless physically, they are also unusually social. A newborn baby cannot survive alone. It requires caregivers. And this dependency changed human evolution. Because when a baby needs help, adults must cooperate. Groups become more connected. Knowledge must be passed down. Relationships become more important. A baby that cannot survive alone forces a species to become social. In a strange way, our helpless babies helped create human civilization. Think about it. A newborn chimpanzee can hold on to its mother almost immediately. A baby chimp spends less time completely dependent. But human babies require years of care, years of teaching, years of communication, years of learning. That long childhood became a training period, a time when humans could absorb information from previous generations. And this created something no other species has achieved on the same scale: cumulative culture. One generation learns something, the next generation improves it, then the next. Knowledge stacks on top of knowledge. Tools become better. Languages become more complex. Societies become larger. Technology accelerates, all because humans spend so long as children. But here is where the story gets even stranger. A human baby's inability to walk is not only because of the brain, it is also because of timing. A newborn's body is still developing. Their muscles are weak. Their nervous system is still learning how to coordinate movement. Walking is not just about having strong legs. It requires communication between the brain, muscles, balance system, and senses. A newborn human brain simply is not ready. The connections controlling movement are still being built. A baby is basically installing the software needed to operate the body. And this explains something parents notice. Human babies develop slowly, but not randomly. They follow a pattern, first controlling the head, then sitting, then crawling, then standing, then walking. The brain builds control from the top down. Before you can control your feet, you need control over the systems above them. The body is learning itself. Now compare this with another animal. A baby turtle hatches from its egg and immediately moves toward the ocean. No parent teaches it. No adult guides it. The instructions are already inside. But a human baby would have no idea what to do in a forest, a city, or a desert without learning. And that is the trade-off. The turtle is born with a map. The human is born with the ability to create maps. But there is one question that makes this even more fascinating. If humans need so much development outside the womb, why not simply stay inside longer? Why not give birth after babies are more developed? The answer is one of the most surprising parts, because human babies are already born extremely close to the limit. If pregnancy continued much longer, the baby's head would become too large. Birth would become even more dangerous. Some researchers have suggested that human childbirth represents an evolutionary compromise between brain growth and physical limitations. The mother's body is balancing two competing demands: a baby with a large, intelligent brain and a body that can safely give birth. This is why humans are sometimes called born too early. But maybe that description misses the point, because being unfinished is exactly what makes us special. A baby animal is often born prepared for the world it enters. A human baby is born prepared to change the world it enters, and this difference follows humans throughout life. A dog is born knowing how to be a dog. A bird is born knowing many behaviors that help it survive as a bird. But humans spend decades learning. We change languages, we change environments, we create inventions that never existed before. Our weakness became our flexibility. Our dependence created cooperation. Our slow development created intelligence. So the next time you see a baby struggling to crawl, remember something strange. That baby is not failing to become an animal. It is becoming something animals cannot become. A creature whose greatest ability is not what it is born knowing, but what it is capable of learning. Because the human baby's first year of helplessness was the price evolution paid for creating a species that could eventually walk on the moon. If you enjoyed discovering the hidden stories behind human survival, subscribe. Because every week, we uncover the strange, forgotten moments that shaped who we are today.